this is Dan with StarReviews.com, and today we're going to review the as seen on TV product, the GT Xpress 101. What this appliance is, just a countertop cooking appliance. As you can see, it has dual wells. Also, it has a floating hinge. This way, when things cook and rise, as it cooks from both sides, the hinge expands to allow you to cook. Now when you get your GT Xpress 101, you're going to get the GT Xpress unit here. As you can see, it's real lightweight, non-stick, easy wipe clean surface. You have the spatula here that you can easily remove what you're cooking. And we're going to put the GT Xpress to the test. It comes with a recipe guide that has 101 recipes. Over 50 of those recipes cook in under 7 minutes. So we're going to put this to the test. We're going to make a breakfast, kind of like a snack or a light meal, and we're also going to make a dessert. Stay tuned. Let's put this GT Xpress 101 to the test and share with you our results. Okay, so we're ready to use the GT Xpress 101. We've done what they called seasoning in the recipe guide in the front page. It tells you to season it. So we put some cooking oil in there, let it preheat. It's plugged in. The light is off, which means that it's preheated and ready to go. So for our first test, we made a little veggie with some bacon and cheese omelet. So now we're going to pour this into the GT Xpress. Now there's enough in here for both wells, so you just want to use half. So that's half for that side. There's a little more for that side. I'll just try to finish this off evenly here. 3 eggs, so that means there's about 1.5 eggs per side, obviously. Now this is one of the recipes that's going to take slightly longer than 7 minutes. Okay, so our eggs are done. The omelet took about 8 minutes. As you can see, look how nicely it puffed up. Again, that movable hinge allowed it to rise. So now we're going to take it out. So to take it out is pretty easy. You got the spatula that's custom designed to fit in to the space. And then with that, you can just kind of push it out onto a plate. And now the other one. I mean, they come out real easy, I can tell you that much. Put it onto a plate, push it on. As you can see, look, both sides are browned up quite nicely. Cooked all the way through. Let's cut it in half. Show you that it is cooked thoroughly. Check both of them. Let's move on and show you how the GT Xpress 101 cooks more of a snack, small meal, and we're going to make some pizza, pepperoni, tortilla rolls. Okay, so for our second test of the GT Xpress 101, we have a pepperoni pizza roll. As you can see, we just have a flour tortilla. Inside of that, we just have some mozzarella cheese, some garlic powder, some pizza sauce, and some pepperonis. So you make it like a little burrito. You fold in the sides, then you roll it up like we've done here, and you just drop these right down into the well. So once you drop this into the well, as you can see, they're above where they need to be, but that floating hinge should allow it to cook evenly. So in about 7 minutes, those will be done. We'll be back in that time frame to show you our results. Okay, so the results for our second test are cooling. We'll get back to them in a minute. Let's move on to our third test. We used the GT Xpress 101 to make breakfast, to make a snack or a small meal. Now we're going to use it to make some dessert. So here we just have some chocolate cake mix. You can use any chocolate cake that you want. This just happens to be a box variety. Fill up the wells. You probably want to go about halfway. And these are going to take roughly 7 minutes to cook. Go ahead and fill up the wells. Now, one of the nice things about having the GT Xpress and having 2 wells to cook in is you can make a different variety in either side of the well. So for one side here, we have some chocolate chips that are mixed with some peanut butter chips. And we're going to make that in this half. And the other half we'll just leave as plain chocolate cake. So we'll be back in 7 minutes and share with you our results. Okay, so we're done with our test, and now it's time to taste test to see if this GT Xpress 101 cooked our foods. First test, the pepperoni pizza rolls. As you can see, they're cooked pretty evenly. Looks pretty good. It's actually pretty good. A little crunchy on the outside, which gives it a nice taste. Texture on the inside is perfectly melted, perfectly cooked, and it's really good. Let's move on. Second part of our test is these chocolate cakes. A little bit of dessert. These are the ones that have the chocolate chip as well as the peanut butter chips in the center of it. We just garnished it lightly with some powdered sugar. Really good. As you can see, it's cooked evenly from both sides. Has a nice moist flavor to it. Real spongy on the inside. It's cooked perfectly. Again, both these took roughly 7 minutes to cook. Let's go over some pros for the GT Xpress 101. First, it's small and compact, which means if you don't have a lot of space in your kitchen, you can easily use this GT Xpress 101 pretty much on a daily basis, and it's not going to take up too much room. It's easy to use, and the non-stick surface makes sure that this thing cleans up real quick. I want to go ahead and say that the included recipe guide gives you 101 recipes, plus you can think up a little more. 50 of those recipes cook in under 7 minutes, which means this is a time saver to make your life just a little bit easier, and this product is actually pretty efficient. Some cons for the product. One is the cook times vary because you can't regulate the temperature. So sometimes if it says 7 minutes, you might want to watch it at about 5.5 or 6 minutes to make sure you're not overcooking. Also, when we cook these chocolate cakes, some of the wells in the first batch we made were overfilled, and the hinge didn't allow the lid to expand enough off the top and actually burn the top. But once you get the hang of it, you know exactly how much to fill the well. It's really easy to use. So there's a slight learning curve. StarReviews is going to give the GT Xpress 101 5 out of 6 stars. It lives up to pretty much all the claims they make in the infomercial, except they might make it look a little bit easier to use. There's a slight learning curve, but once you get the hang of it, the GT Xpress is a great product. Be sure to check out our website, StarReviews.com, to see us review other as seen on TV products.